So we are recording, but I can
Oh,
always edit this part
that's fine.
out. See, I'm trying to set the mood so that way it's more like casual. So that way you don't feel awkward and be like ooh ooh. I'm like that too, so it's not just you.
Figure out like it's fucking hot in here though.
It is pretty hot in here because someone decided to light all the candles, but that's okay.
Turn the fucking air on. You want me to turn it on?
That's fine. We're already here. We're already sitting down, so
I'm gonna go turn the air on real quick.
it's fine.
Hold on. Ugh, you just want to hurry up and get this shit over with, huh?
Yeah, and then also I think that if we make it more natural and incorporate more of our bickering, people would
Oh yeah, no,
enjoyable.
we are gonna bicker because that is what we do. It's what everyone loves.
Stay wild, Moonchild.
Yeah, well, that's my cup, and you don't have any really pretty cups unless. We got coasters. You, you just want you just want to be extra and have the dragon,
Gotta
huh?
have the dragon in there.
Which is actually kind of fitting.
I'm gonna be dragging these nuts over your.
Oh, shut up! No, you're not.
Anyways,
Okay, that's my water.
I'm trying to make it so it's not touching the book. There we go. Well, what can I say but welcome? The name we decided on was Wicked Bindings, if you couldn't tell by, obviously.
The channel,
Um,
or
yeah, the channel.
or
Here, there.
wherever.
Anyways, we're gonna do book reviews.
Sorry.
And this one is
So we
I'm
decided
gonna
to
make sure
do a book club, and my choice of book was The Assassin's Blade. I am making him go through my Roman Empire.
so here's the book. Um there's another one right here. I'm not gonna move it. The wife can touch it.
Because it's my pretty copy.
Also, we'll have a picture on the actual edited video of the book, the one I just showed you. We'll have that. Oh, hey, sissy.
We got
Come here.
Doggo.
Come here, sis.
He's like,
Come
but
say
I
hi.
don't want to say hi. Doggo.
Hi, sissy.
This is Doggo.
Hi, sissy.
She's trying to look for the crumbs that our kids
Okay.
lose everywhere in this house.
Okay. I don't like dog tongue. I'm sorry. I don't like dog tongue. No. Choo-choo. So the author we're reviewing, her name is Sarah J. Maas. What can you tell me about Sarah J. Maas?
Other than she's an author, she wrote Throne of Glass. I want to say, don't quote me, when she was a teenager, she was in high school when she wrote this series. And throughout this series, well, this book specifically, you can tell it's written by a young author. Um, Other than I really don't know that much about her. She does write ACOTAR or A Court of Thorns and Roses and Crescent City. And they all interconnect somehow. So if you don't know, you don't know. If you know, you know.
Then, with that done, we'll go to the book synopsis. This is a collection of short stories. It's 5 short stories all in one. Um,
Novellas.
well, novellas. Short stories, novellas. I mean, you could always get into the literal definition of it, and technically speaking,
Let's not.
they're novellas, but they're very short stories. They're very easy to read. Well, they're easy to read.
And I'm like, no, they are easy to read because it's easy to, pick it up and like finish that one little section and go on about your day.
So
Sorry.
this is the first one, the first video. So we're gonna take it slow, go through it one at a time. We'll the categories we'll go through are going to be plot, characters, writing style and or prose, themes or messages, pacing, world building, and then finally the ending slash resolution. And then we're going to wrap it up with the emotional impact of the story, how we felt at the end of it. So, without further ado, let's talk about the plot. Do you want to go first or do you want me to go first?
You go first because this is going to be very difficult for me since I've read this series and this book. I want to say this was my ninth time reading it. So I'm gonna have you kind of lead because I don't want to ruin stuff since I've already talked about this entire series. So I'm gonna have you go first so I don't spoil shit for you.
Okay, so talking about the plot. This is what I wrote down. I want you all to listen before you jump down my throat on it. The plot wasn't anything special at all. You get a strong female character with a flaw of arrogance. That is a very common trope. Now, that doesn't make it bad. I just want to be clear on that. It does not make it bad. It was engaging, funny at times, sad at others. I enjoyed it more than I thought it would, in all honesty. And I thought I was just going to kind of like it, but, I liked it. Um, I feel like her breaking it up, Maas, breaking it up into mini stories helped it feel like these five unrelated stories still had more cohesion than just the same character over and over again, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does. It shows the progression of it's when she talks about Rolf and Skulls Bay versus Irene and
Yeah.
I forget where she was at.
Ish.
Okay, she was. See, you remember, and I've read this shit like 9 times.
Well, I
So I
remember
still don't.
because it was just the one book that I read, and
Yeah.
she talked about going to Inish, or she talked about regret or hating being in Inish, and then in the next part, she talked about wanting to go back to Inish, and I think she talked about it one more time at the end towards the end of the story, but I don't recall that.
Celaena
Yeah,
or
Celaena.
yeah, well, yeah. Well,
And I think honestly, well, I'll get to that later because we got to talk about the characters. What do you have to? Do you have anything to add to my feelings of the plot?
no, again, like you said, it wasn't anything special, but then again, it is 5 short stories. She was a teenager when she wrote it. Give her, she was in high school at least when she wrote this. Um, but it's like I said in the beginning ish that it's easy to pick up and easy to put down. Like it's a quick read. You can read it in like if you're a fast reader like me, you can finish one of those little things in about an hour and a half, give or take. Sorry, dropped a pen. Give or take a couple. Depending, I'm not gonna judge people on how they read if they go fast or slow, because sometimes there are days where I have to go slow as shit. Okay. Other times I can read a book in a fucking day.
Yeah,
Okay, it just
yeah,
depends.
yeah, yeah. It does depend on your reading speed.
And if the kids are bugging me, or if you're bugging me that
Yeah,
day,
which
because
happens a lot.
that's why
Not always intentional, not
that's
always.
that's why I stay up way past my bedtime to read, and I get book hangovers all the time, and I'm okay with it.
So, without a better transition, let's talk about characters. Selena Sardothien is a mildly interesting character who I was annoyed with more often than I liked. Or, sorry, who I was more annoyed with than didn't like her. So I liked her, but I was more annoyed with how she approaches everything with a hammer.
She is 16,
I get that.
and she is Otterlin's assassin, and that is how Arrowman raised her to
Yeah.
be.
Okay, Sissy, go.
And her arrogance. Let her be. It's fine. We'll just have a
I just don't want her to hit the mic.
it's okay. Doggo is here. Mike is
Here,
here, as you can see,
come to this side.
and
There we go.
she
Good
wants
girl.
attention. There is my phone, but whatever.
The one thing I want to say though about her character arc in this is it was short. Um, I'm only talking about this
Yeah,
book.
I
I know there's
that's
so much more to her than this book, but I'm only talking about this book. So
this is how I'm able to hold it in because
yeah,
there's so much character development throughout the series,
mm.
which you're gonna be able to find it.
I just want to make sure everyone knows I don't hate her.
No, she is annoying.
She was just annoying. That was it.
Every time I read this, she annoys the crap out of me in this, but I have a lot more grace because I know what happened.
Yeah. Well, then let's talk about this book, not about what happens later
That's
on.
why I'm
So,
doing this.
well, I know.
Saying this.
So I want to say her character arc specifically, of arrogance to being somewhat humbled, I think was handled pretty well. She was very arrogant in the first one. The second one,
She still kind of is.
I
It's
know.
just
Well, I know her arc isn't done yet, but I was just talking about she was arrogant in the first book. I'm talking about the novella. Sorry, arrogant in the first novella, still kind of arrogant in the second one, but she was more pissed off than
Well, she had gotten
had a lot of arrogance to
well,
her.
she had just gotten beaten by her master
Yeah,
for doing what she thought was right and
yeah,
rescuing those 200 slaves.
yeah. And
Which
then
I'm not gonna judge her for that. Like I would have taken the beating anyways because
yeah, that was actually the first part of her humbling was getting beat for going against her master, which sounds wrong. Uh,
but in
in this
this
case, it's what
book
happened.
it it's master pupil type
Yeah,
relationship.
sorry, mentor. I guess mentor would be the better word than master.
Yeah, because he's like a father figure, but he's not.
Yeah.
Like it's very interesting, and
We'll get to this character in a second.
Who, Arrowman?
Yeah,
We're still talking
yeah,
about
we're still
Selena.
talking
Damn.
about Celaena.
So
So in the
talking about Selena, we got to talk about Arrowman, but sometimes we can't. Okay.
well, I mean, you can't just talk about one character without talking about other characters.
Yeah, well, he
But
found her
yeah, well,
7 years ago. They briefly mention it. That's why, because he does say, "Have you told Sam what
I
happens?" So it is mentioned. That's all I'm saying.
yeah.
That's all I'm gonna say because
I know this is your Roman Empire.
yes, I know. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I haven't found a series that still sticks with me and that still every time I read it,
You get something
I
from.
still get something from it. I
Yeah.
still get the same like, oh my god, I'm gonna bawl my eyes out, which is coming. Which
So this
I'm
might be
actually
an hour of her
thinking.
talking about the book and me
No,
just listening to her.
no, I'm gonna say this one thing. When we get to certain parts, I want to record at least his reaction to them, especially the 13. If you know, you know. If you don't, that's okay. But I want him, like, in that area. I want to start recording him
So I
and
need to
his
start recording
reactions.
myself as I read. That feels almost boring.
No, no.
I know what you mean. I know what you mean. I'm just finding it funny.
No, I know. So I need
Anyways,
to
let's get
find
back
where
to
that section
Celaena.
is and see if we're able to record.
Yeah.
Hopefully, you're not at work when you're reading this.
Well, either way, let's get back to Celaena.
Okay, fine. We'll
We
get
can talk about this after. Um, and then more humbling starts with book three or novella three, where she's just
faster.
she's just like, oh, I'm this great person, or I'm so good at what I do, and it's not that she's bad at it. It's just
She's good.
she's in an area where people don't give a singular hoot. I don't know if we should cuss or not, so that's why I said hoot.
Yeah, I know. I need to stop.
So
Plum.
yeah,
Sorry.
they don't give a single sugar plum who the heck she is. Um,
Well,
and
it's
then
because
like
they're assassins too. They're in the Red Desert. They're
yeah,
the Susie Sucast.
yeah, and then in the fourth novella, she's humbled yet again by trusting someone she really shouldn't trust. And I'll talk about that one a bit later. And then the final one, I, you know,
She gets knocked off her rocker.
she gets way knocked off. So
Bro.
it wasn't just a sudden thing. It was hinted at from the very first novella. And I'll talk about my favorite quote from that first novella when I get to the character of Rolf. But that's all I have to say about Celaena. Do you have anything else you want to add to Celaena?
Without spoiling stuff, because I'm. Guys, this is so hard for me because I'm reviewing just the book. But no, Selena is extremely arrogant, very annoying, but she's also 16. And whenever I read this, I have to take her age in account. She's
Yeah.
16 years old.
What 16-year-old isn't annoying?
Yeah, I was like, I remember when I was 16, I was annoying. I was annoying. So she's only annoying because of her age, and she does have that arrogance and stuff, and she does get knocked down. And I wish she didn't get knocked down so hard, but it's part of her journey and her story. Because if this didn't happen, I don't know how her how her character development would have gone.
Yeah, without the
What?
way that she was humbled at the end.
Oh, she continues to get humbled.
Oh
That's
yeah,
all I'm gonna say is
I'm sure.
this is You think this is the only thing that
No,
has
no.
good?
This is a how many
No.
book series? Seven, eight. So that's four, five, six, eight. Yeah, it's an 8 series book. I expect her to get her ass handed to her in every single book, every single step of the way, because that is how good writing is.
Yeah, and like
You got to make your readers think you hate your main character. If they think you love your main character when it comes to writing, it sounds like a boring story.
so Celaena is the main character, but you
Yeah.
don't you have
I know she's not going to be the only point of view.
you'll hate her. Oh my god, I cannot
You'll hate a
wait.
lot of
I
characters.
cannot wait because I'm trying. I want to see if
I can't wait till we get to a book that you haven't read
I.
the sequel to. So you're starting to talk about later
Anyways,
on.
anyways,
If your
yeah.
sit starts with a later book, let's not talk about that, okay?
Fine. God, I told you guys it's gonna be difficult for me. That's why I'm having him lead. Even though this is my Roman Empire, I'm having him lead because I can't keep my mouth shut if I can't keep my mouth shut.
So let's talk about Aragon. I just want to let you guys know, if I can only use one cuss word, well, let me finish what I wrote. This guy is a prick. He's abusive, manipulative, possessive, and petty. He's
Yes.
well written. He's written very well, but fuck this guy.
Yeah.
In particular, fuck him.
So
Sorry, I used two on him, but yeah.
So I have a love-hate relationship with Arobin because he did find her, he did take her in, which he didn't have to, because as she says in the book or the novellas, she could have ended up as a courtesan. She could have ended up as a courtesan, but she's lucky Arobin found her and that she became an assassin. So for like that part of Arobin, he didn't have to take her in. He literally found her.
Yeah. And rescued her
And
from life.
he could have unalived her. I don't know if what words we're allowed to say on YouTube. He could have unalived her. He didn't. I want to say what was she was 16, so 7 years prior, so she was what, like 11-ish? Yeah, 11. He could have done unspeakable things with her because she was 11, but he didn't. So like just him
No, I don't
taking
think
her
we find
in.
out in this book, do we?
What?
That he took her in at a very young age.
No, it tells you. She tells you
Like,
that
like the timeline. I mean,
not yet,
okay.
but she does say 7 years ago. She goes, Arobin found me 7 years. It's a very brief like segment.
Also, I want to say she turned 18 at the end of this book.
She did.
And she turned 17 in the desert.
Yes, she was 17 in the desert.
So,
and then
she was 16
now 18.
going into 17.
Then 18. She's 18 at the end.
But
of the
yeah,
book.
that's about all that I can muster for this guy. Do you have anything you want to add to him other than he's more nuanced than just a prick?
He is a prick. So he views her as property, and I don't know why he thinks she's his property, unless it's the I found her, I groomed her into being this. Yes, I used that word. Groomed her to be this assassin, my second. But I think there's ulterior motives.
Yeah.
Because he sets her up constantly. He set her up to go see Rolf in Skulls Bay. He knows her. He knew what she would do. He knew. He's
this character,
playing chess.
might I just say, this character has fabricated every single detail of her life intentionally. He gave her, or he perpetuated her reputation of Aderlin's assassin, so that way he can weaponize any weakness she might have against her. Every single thing he does is to manipulate, it is to abuse or to gaslight.
Yep. But
well, actually, I don't know if he gaslights. I think no, he doesn't gaslight.
No, he's
on the long list of terrible
love
things
bombs.
he's done. Gaslight is not one of them because he owns up to every terrible thing he does. If you ask him about it.
Well, when she comes back after he beats her, he love bombs her.
Mhm.
He's like, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry." So I guess that is kind of a gaslighting thing.
Well,
But
so
he doesn't say that she's crazy for thinking that. No, but like
gaslighting is making people doubt their memories, that they're memorized,
Oh,
that they're thinking
so
of
yeah,
things
he
that's
doesn't.
differently than you are. So no, he
So
doesn't
he doesn't
gaslight,
gaslight, but he love bombs. He
but that doesn't mean he doesn't manipulate. There are so many other ways to manipulate.
and he emotionally manipulates her, and that's where her struggle is because she's like, okay, he beat me on one hand, but is he really sorry?
Yeah.
I think he's sorry because he spent all his money getting me a new suit, la 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 la. So everyone
So
is complex. I hate him, but
there is a quote in here.
yeah,
It's from not Arabin. It's from the master himself.
I like the
From
master.
the silent. Well,
Mute
uh,
master. So
from the master.
he's called the mute master.
Yeah, you know, little spoiler here. Sorry.
The mute master isn't
He's
really
not really
mute.
mute.
Everyone thinks he's mute, but he never took that vow. But he just thinks it's easier for him to be.
Yeah,
Mute.
everyone thinks he took the vow, so that's what matters. He says, when you
Doctor.
give your master this letter, also give him this and tell him that in the Red Desert we do not abuse our disciples. And that
Mm-hmm.
is a good line
Mm-hmm.
to end that novella on,
Mm-hmm.
because that just sets up Erben's character as this even more abusive than just, you know, someone who's just beating someone for making a deal go bad. You know?
Well, he also talks to her. She tells him she's afraid to go home.
Mm-hmm.
Because things are gonna change. Things are changing because not only did she get beat, she also realizes she has feelings for Sam.
Yeah.
And she is completely. She's never kissed another person before. She's never.
She almost did. She almost kissed Master's
Ilias,
son.
Ilias. I really like Ilias. I was hoping there would be a little more to them
Mm-hmm.
than what there was because I wanted to know more about Ilias's character because he's just silent, but and he is the mute master's son, so I'm curious. I would have loved a little more on him,
Yeah.
but I don't think we get that. But from what we do get of him, he's a gentleman.
Mm-hmm.
Because she doesn't like. There's a moment where they're gonna kiss, and then she's like, "Nope," and he
He respects
respects
it.
her.
Yep.
He respects her, and he goes like, "Well, he doesn't speak, but his actions are like, okay, you're fine. It's okay. We're still friends."
He
Or
talks without talking. Same with the master. He uses gestures and things like that. I've been
kind of like
kind
a
of
sign
avoiding
language.
this next character,
Which one?
Sam Cortland.
Oh God, no, Sam. They did his ass dirty. Fuck you, Arabin. Anyways,
Poor, sweet Sam. Even though he's a assassin, keep in mind the majority of these characters are assassins. They are legit murderers for hire,
yeah. I
with
mean,
some morals,
okay.
some morality.
So, female wise, you're either an assassin, you're a housewife, you're a courtesan.
Yeah.
And
I know there's more to it than that, but yeah.
well, obviously,
But those were
your
Celaena's
master
options,
tinkers, you
so
have yeah. And Sam, his mom was a courtesan,
yeah.
but
Which is why he's so mad about slave trades and whatnot.
and he's also upset. Like he treats the courtesans
Yeah, very
like
nice.
normal humans.
Yeah.
Like he even though he doesn't like Lysandra, he still courts her around.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, it was an order from Arrowman, and he doesn't want to get beat again. So, but still, he is that
I
nice
think it was that
person.
he didn't want to get beat again. It was just
It's
I think he was trying to be as invisible as he possibly could until Celaena got back.
yeah, because he did tell Celaena that he wanted to unalive Arrowman. He
Yeah.
wanted to slit his throat.
And the less time he spent around Arabin, the less likely he was to, try that. But I just want to say, I could tell from the absolute beginning
Oh yeah, he
that
was
he
into
was in
her.
love with her.
Oh yeah, the way he was. Yep. We're like, oh,
And
Sam
it
loves her, and she's oblivious, legit
it
oblivious.
frustrated me. It frustrated me that it took her nearly the whole book to realize I do love this guy.
But she never said it,
Yeah.
and that's one of the
She
messages.
I don't know if she said it in her head.
She
I think
didn't
she
know
might
what
have.
she didn't know what she was feeling, but
Yeah.
it was love. But she's so young, and so she doesn't know.
I
Love
like how.
I don't even know if she loves Arobin.
No.
Like I
No.
think she tolerates him at best. I don't know.
I don't know.
She doesn't know what love is because she doesn't have parents. She was
Mhm.
found at 11, so we don't know anything of her backstory at all in this book.
Um. Okay. No, I
No,
know. I know we get more. I
no,
know we
I
get
know.
more.
We
There's
do we
fucking
do
7
get
more books.
more.
I know.
We do get more.
Um. I do like how a lot of Sam's character is portrayed when he's off the page.
Yeah.
So like, she does. I don't think she talks about him much in the second book because the second book was mostly from Irene's point of view.
Yeah, no, maybe
So
she
we don't get much of it.
mentioned Sam, like maybe I wonder if Sam's still alive.
Yeah.
Arobin beat like what did Arobin do after I was passed out? Like she was really worried he was
Yeah.
dead.
But like a lot of his character progression you see is in the desert when she's first realizing that she thinks about Sam a lot. And secondly, there's a point where she's like, when did I start thinking of Sam as desirable?
Mm, yeah.
And so it just really starts to show like she might not know that she's fallen in love with him, but she does subconsciously. And I thought that was a really cool way of doing it.
Well, so I'm gonna point this out. She's only Arobin's second because Ben, another assassin, which I
Oh
believe
yeah, we
he
didn't talk
trained
about him at
her.
all.
He's very brief, but I'm gonna bring this up. I think she started to fall for him, and then he died.
Yeah.
He was murdered, and so then I believe that's why Celaena what became Arobin's second is because Ben was no longer in the picture, and Ben was training her. So
Was she not his second already from the get go?
I don't think so. I think Ben was his second. That's my. I can look it up later, but she does talk about Ben, and I believe he was her. He was Arobin's second because she was trained by him.
Yeah.
It's poor Ben. He has a very brief thing. I can always look it
Well,
up.
Erben declared her his protege and heir.
Like a protege and heir that doesn't necessarily
Yeah,
mean
heir.
it's the
So that would
second.
make him make by default make her the second. And in the beginning, Sam sits in Ben's seat next to Erben. So
And that bothers her though.
yeah.
It does.
So like
M-
yes, Ben might be the
Okay.
second in command, but she is his second. If
Okay.
Erben were to die, she would take over.
Okay.
So
But Ben was above her in the okay.
yeah.
Okay, no, technically she was above Ben, but in like the assassins and their seasoning, sorry, that and how they're seasoned, um he was above her because he was older. I don't know how much older he is because I know Arobin's in his 30s, Celena's 16, Ben, I want to say he's closer to Arobin's age, maybe 20, 30, somewhere in there.
Okay.
Um, but where was I going with this? I just
Um,
totally disassociated. Sorry, guys. I do that a lot. ADHD day.
we do kind of ramble a little bit here. It's
Yeah.
all right.
But this is why people like us, okay? He streams. Everyone likes when I'm involved because we bicker.
Ready to talk?
We still love each other, though. Yes, let's talk rock.
This is a total.
I like him.
Sorry, I almost said something else.
I like
He
him.
is a typical pirate with the side of slave trading. Genuinely a bad person. He had a great line though, and this really does highlight her character and what we can
Foreshadowing.
expect from her character arc moving forward. This line is one day someone's really going to make you pay for that arrogance. I just hope I'm there to see it. Which it really does solidify
Foreshadowing.
that not only is everyone else she's arrogant, everyone else is telling her that she's arrogant, and she's still not getting that she's too arrogant for her own good. And there's another.
I want to say in the
He had a lot of great
he
freaking
did.
lines.
I like Rolf. Because he is the typical pirate. He did sell his soul to get that a magical map tattooed on his body. But
The map that doesn't work anymore.
I was gonna say I don't know if you noticed, but it's because it's a magical map, and since Magic had been outlawed 7 years ago. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Okay, well, stop hinting at
I'm just
so
saying.
obvious. I know. Stop hinting at so obvious foreshadowing.
No, okay, so no, I'm saying that because Celaena was found 7 years
I know
prior.
what you were saying.
Magic.
I picked that up.
Okay,
I
I'm
picked
glad you
that
did.
up.
I'm just letting our viewers know that it does say it. It's just a little like it's there, but there's correlations. But yes, magic is outlawed, and poor Rolf, his magical map does not work anymore.
I do want to say though,
It is cool though. I kind of want to
um,
like that would be.
this had great lines. The line I was looking for just right now was, I'm paraphrasing, so forgive me if I'm wrong. Um, he was talking about how Celaena is one of the best assassins, and he's like, are you not afraid? And she's like, no. And he's like, I'm
I am.
constantly afraid. I am always afraid of not being the best.
Mm-hmm.
I know that there's going to be someone better than me, and that's why I stay the best.
Well, he also kills anyone who challenges him, which okay, yeah,
Except for
that's
one
you
person.
weed at the weak.
The one person he didn't kill who challenged him is the one that
Celaena.
got away.
Celaena.
Yep.
Although he could have. There were moments where he had the upper hand, and she's like, "Nope."
So that's what I'm saying. He couldn't have. Yeah, he might have had the upper hand, but she took it from him and
Well,
regained the
yeah.
upper hand.
But there was a time where he smacks her in the head with the hilt of his sword. She almost dropped right then and there.
Dang on nose itches.
Sorry.
No, you're fine.
Well, I'm itchy too, but I can't scratch.
And then later on, there was another great exchange that highlighted Selena's character more than just an arrogant female. He says, "Why? Why go so far, or why go for so much trouble for slaves?" And she responds with, "Because if we don't, who will fight for them?" And that just really goes to like double down on her.
Her
I might be
character.
arrogant, I might be an assassin, but I'm not unkind. I will, when something is right, I will still step in and do what's right.
She may be an assassin, but she still does not believe in taking innocent
Yeah.
lives. But then again, how many of Arobyn's conquests for her to eliminate were innocent?
Yeah.
Cause we don't know. She's killed so many. At the end, she has a rap sheet. There's so many kills on her rap sheet.
When we get
They
to
don't even say how many, but there's a lot.
when we get to the themes and messages, I'm going to kind of double down on how Arabin is a fucking liar. Sorry. I wasn't going to cuss so much,
No, but
but
Arobyn is
Arabin
not.
isn't my least favorite character. I think he's one of the better written characters.
Who's your least favorite character? Like in general?
Yeah.
Who is it?
Um, in this story,
No, no, no. Like in general, you said in
oh,
like he's
no,
not.
no. I'm just saying, like, okay, so when I talk about characters, I'm talking about how well written the
Mhm.
character is, not about how good or bad the person is.
Oh, okay.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, no.
So, like, the way she wrote Arabin, I felt was really good.
Well, because we hate. So at least with me with Arobyn, I have this conflicting feelings about him because again, like I said, he does take her in. He could have done so many different things. He
Yeah.
could have killed her. He
And
didn't.
so, like,
So, but he's still a bad person. But
so again, I'll talk about Arabin more in the themes and messages part because
okay,
I wrote a lot down about that part.
yeah, you did.
Let's go to Irene.
No, Irene, she has such
So
little section.
she get a very small section, and this section could almost be forgettable.
It is forgettable, actually.
Yeah, I'll say that.
Sorry, it
I
is
liked
because
her.
when I remember Assassin's Blade, I totally forget about Irene. I
Yeah,
really do. I know Ralph, I know Sam dies, I know Mute Master, and I know Ansel. Like Irene, it's such a forgettable
hmm
section that I literally forget. I every time I get to that section, I'm like, oh, Irene's in here. Every time, and I've read it multiple times. It's because it is forgettable. So you
yeah.
are correct in that.
And it's just
And
the
there's
one of the contradictions she goes with is the healer in a world vacant of magic, which is, or outlawed. I don't know. Is it vacant or is it outlawed? Is it
Both.
okay? So not only is it outlawed, so the use of
He
magic,
kills. Yeah,
but
he kills
magic
the.
is dead at this moment.
Yes. At this moment, there is any magic users will be killed on
Okay.
sight. The King of Otterland does not want any magic users at all.
And I think this is another great opportunity for Maas to showcase Celaena's character because this is a forgettable chapter or forgettable novella. But
Irene.
so not only does she like showcase that Celaena is an honest like she sees an honest person struggling. Even when she herself is struggling, she still goes out of her way to help her. She doesn't want to see this person hurt because she is a healer and she is an innocent person, but she needs to learn to defend herself because there are evil men out there in her world, our world, any world, doesn't
Everywhere.
matter. And not only that, not only does she teach her how to moderately defend herself, she gives her a mini fortune so that way
Mm-hmm.
she can go and practice healing.
To the Torre Chesney.
Yeah,
Chesme.
that's the name.
Yeah, the Torre Chesme.
Yeah,
Chesme.
the Tower of the
The tower.
Healers. It's basically
Yeah,
kind of how it
it's yeah
was
I
depicted in my head.
yeah no like how I picture it is a like I don't know why but I'm horrible at picturing like castles or anything, so I think of like the Harry Potter castle
Yeah,
and just different things. So like with the Torre Chesme, I think of it as one of the like pointed parts of Harry Potter's castle and just
no,
white.
all right, that works.
And maybe some like greenery, like shrubbery. Do you have a shrubbery? Never mind. Anywho, like super green and like healing.
Yeah,
Because I associate green with healing
and
and just stuff. That's how I picture
it's
the
a great
Torre
depiction
Chesney.
of a tower of white healing the scar of the world of
Healing the
the
blood.
kingdom of Otterland. Why Irene isn't showed enough to say she's good or bad character. She's in there and then she's gone. But I did like how she was given an opportunity to get up and go,
And she took
and
it.
she left.
She's like, bye.
And that just shows that she will show up again in another book or two or more. I don't know how many books she'll be in, but I know she's in future books because someone was telling me about her.
Okay, so I was telling him
Not about her,
long
just about
before.
just about her showing up later. That's
Yeah.
what she was talking about. Anything she talked, excuse me, sorry. Anything she talked about the books, I'm just going to be honest here.
You
My head
didn't.
off. It
Thank
went like
God.
this.
Good.
Except
Because
for
I spoiled
except for
every
one
fucking
name.
thing.
Except for one
Yeah,
name, the
no,
biggest spoiler of the
the
thing.
biggest
So I will
fucking
not say
spoiler.
this spoiler.
The biggest spoiler. He remembers.
Let's talk about Ansel.
But it's okay. It's okay if he knows the biggest spoiler because there's more. There's fucking more. Yes, Ansel.
I know there's more.
Ansel.
So
I understand her, but she's an asshole.
I
Fucking
no
asshole.
matter what she did in this book, I cannot find it in me to dislike her.
Same. I really like her
She
character because the way she was written, like
from the
she's
get go.
misunderstood.
Yeah.
She's misunderstood. She's friendly. I can't hate her. I feel like I should hate her because of the betrayal. But even then, her
It
betrayal, I
wasn't that much of a
understand.
betrayal though.
I understand.
Well, it kind of was.
It was.
Um,
She had soldiers come
well,
into
yeah.
the Susie Sukas. I need to go get my phone real quick. It's driving me nuts. BRB. You get to enjoy my chair. Enjoy my reading chair I had when I was young.
So
Gotta put this shit on mute.
I do want to say this is my opinion of her. She's too bright to be an assassin. She is like the personification of a sun ray. She's very pleasant at all times. She's very nice. And she has a very complicated past. She partially serves as an antagonist throughout the story, though you don't know it. And that's was really well done. I guessed it. I was kind of predicting that
Something was gonna happen.
oh,
Yeah.
she's the only one talking to this king, duke,
Master. Oh yeah, the Duke of. Oh God, what is his name?
Xandria.
Xandria. Yeah.
Yeah, she was talking to the Duke of Xandria, and he was still attacking the silent assassins.
Yeah. No, it was before. So
Well,
when
yeah, he started
he
it,
started
right?
it, and then there was a
There was
ceasefire.
a ceasefire, and then she started talking to him, and then he picked up his attacks again.
Hmm.
That does kind of lead you to think maybe she's trying to find a way to test the defenses to get what she wants,
And I'm
and
surprised
that's when you
Celaena
learn.
didn't catch on, but it was actually well written because you would have never guessed Ansel would do it. Because the spider silk merchant does tell Celaena there is a spy amongst
Mm-hmm.
the red the it's not
The
the
silent
CC6, the
assassins.
silent, there we go, the silent assassins. He does tell her there is a spy in there. And I'm surprised she didn't figure it out because she did take Ansel, or Ansel took Celaena
Yeah.
to
So
Xandria to so Ansel could talk to the Duke, and she didn't let Celaena come in. Like if it was part of like the mute master and like the communication, you would think Celaena could be a part of that conversation too.
now
So that was another like
it was a
little
hint.
very little red flag
Now
because they're
keep
not
in mind
huge big
though,
red flags.
this whole time Selena is thinking about Sam.
Well, because she doesn't know if he's dead.
Yeah, I know.
She's
So
literally
how would
worried.
she?
That's true.
How would she
She's in her head.
figure that? She's thinking about Sam. She's thinking about how she's in this place and she's probably the most forgettable person in this part of the world.
Yeah.
And so her arrogance is taking a hit, like a major hit right here.
Well, because nobody knows her. Also,
Yeah.
I will say that we didn't bring up is Celaena wears a mask in Otterlin.
Oh yeah, we didn't bring that up.
We didn't bring that up, and it's to hide her identity. Except for her assassins keep, they are sworn under what, vow of death
Something like
or
that.
something, that they have to keep her identity secret because Arobin uses her at, like, he says that she's his niece in lots of different parties.
Hmm.
So that is another like chess piece pawn type thing because nobody knows what Celaena Sardathian looks like unless you're in the Assassin's Keep. So like nobody knows what she looks like. They only know she's female. That is why in the beginning like with Rolf, she has that mask on and the hood is up. They don't even know what color her hair is.
Yeah.
And well, I was going somewhere with this. So, in the Red
She has a
Desert,
mask. She's
she
not wearing a
doesn't
mask.
have a mask, and
In
she in
fact,
the
that
beginning, her arrogance shows like, oh, they're gonna know my identity. They're gonna know what Celaena
mhm.
Sardathian looks like. So my identity is out. The cat is out of the
Yeah,
bag.
so that was just doubling down
That
on
was
her
doubly down
arrogance.
on her arrogance.
And
Like, oh,
I don't know if you noticed this about the book.
probably, but tell
When
me.
she takes off her mask at Skull Bay, it's the last time she puts it on.
Yeah, no,
Throughout the entirety of the rest of the book, she does not have that mask on.
it gets broken. I believe no.
I don't remember. I know
Because
she takes it off.
I know Rolf punches her. She checks her mask. At that time, it was not messed up,
But she
but I
to
want to
get the
say it
last
was.
upper hand on him, she takes it off and shocks him.
Yeah,
Now,
and she gets pissed. She's so young.
obviously her
Oh my
attitude
god.
obviously her identity is a major plot point for later on. But yeah, no, that's well, no. I mean, like in the series, like her identity truly is a major plot point later on.
Well,
Yeah.
she can't hide anymore. Literally,
Yeah.
she goes to
Yeah.
Endovir. She has no mask. Like
Yeah, no, I know.
everybody knows her.
Um, let me talk about the master. Just the one thing that I loved about him more than anything was his whole everyone assuming he took the vow of silence,
Yes,
but it was never
he
once
never did.
confirmed. No one
Nope.
said anything about him taking this vow of silence.
And he tells her because she he shocks her when he talks, and she's like, what the hell? He goes, yeah, everyone seems to think I made this vow, but as my memories serve me, I did no such thing. I just prefer being silent.
Oh,
And then he goes, and then he does say there are some words that silence cannot what portray. I'm
yeah.
paraphrasing here, don't come for me. And I really like that because he does break this quote unquote vow of silence that everyone thinks he's taken to talk to her, like to thank her for saving his son. And I really like the Meat Master. He taught her so much without actually, I would say without actually teaching her, but he wasn't verbal. It was not a verbal teaching. He taught her how to move like the asp. So she's very quick on her feet. She takes that with her.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll see that.
It
She's
happens
like
later on in the
swift
book
in
too.
the well, she
I
continues
know.
to use that.
It's not the last time you see this training.
No, she utilizes.
So Celaena says, "How is it that you're speaking to me now? I thought your vow of silence was eternal." He says, "The world seems to think so, but as far as my memory serves, I've never officially sworn to be silent. I choose to be silent most of the time, and I've become so used to it that I often forget I have the capacity for speech. But there are some times when words are necessary, where explanations are needed that mere gestures cannot convey."
Yeah. And that was the thank you for saving my son, the thank you for saving not just my son but the silent assassins,
Yeah.
because it could like say thank you for saving my life too, because it could have gone. And thank you for saving Ansel. He tells her that.
Yeah.
Thank you for saving Ansel.
And he says, "For
Like,
what it's worth, I think you're the closest thing she's had to a friend."
yeah, which is
They
why
also wanted to
she
go back and
did.
talk about Ansel too, because
Which is why she
it's
did it that way.
we could probably make an entire video about Ansel herself because she's a very in-depth character.
She is. I really like. I
And a line that she says that is major for foreshadowing for later, I can see it from here, is her saying, "You talk about Terracin the way I talk about, what is it, Briarcliff? Briarview?"
Briarcliff, because they were laying down in the stars, and Celaena is
It was talking
looking at
about
the
the stars
stag,
and looking at
the
the stag.
stag
Yeah.
specifically, and yeah. So that
And
is
you
a
can tell by her facial expressions that it's a major foreshadowing for later.
well, because like that is such a small point, but Ansel figures out like you talk about Terracin the way I talk about Briarcliff. So in that moment, Ansel's like, "You're not from Otterland. You're from Terracin."
Mm-hmm.
Or I assume you're from Terracin because
Or you have or your heart belongs to
to
Terracin.
Terracin, and the
Because you can not be born in a country and have your heart belong to a
different place. And the stag is brought up again when she is in the cart to go to Endovier.
So there really isn't any extra characters that they really brought in other than what's his name, Duke, or not Duke, Dor something or other.
Dorian and Kale.
No, no,
No?
no.
Okay, well, I'll bring them.
Donoval, there we go,
Donovan.
Donoval. So Donoval gets just one
Gets
tiny page of him being actually on screen. Well, no.
he gets
Caught up a
multiple.
couple times, so I'm sorry,
When
forgive me on
he's
that.
Diana, because that is her pseudonym as Arobyn's niece.
Yeah.
She does use her innocence, her beauty, because she knows she's beautiful, to talk to Donovan.
Yeah.
She talks to him, figures out when he's having his meeting, and that they're gonna meet up later on.
So I want to say this about him. He's a okay character. Is he brought up in later books?
I want to say briefly.
Okay.
I don't quote me on that. I
So
want to
his
say
character
briefly.
arc
You
is
understand.
very short, to the point of him not having a character arc. Well, a neutral character arc means he's at the same place at the beginning as he is at the end.
At the end, for me specifically, because Arobyn tricked her.
Well, so
He
that's what I
wasn't.
wanted to say.
He was
He
not.
was in the same place at the beginning versus the end. It's just our perspective of him went from this
He's
to
a
here, if
he's
that makes sense. So
Arobyn
basically,
thinks that he's a slave trader. He tells Celaena he's a slave trainer.
well, yeah,
Blah
Arabin.
blah. He's
So
not though.
this is what I really wanted to talk about. Well, I have it in the later on, but anyways, um, I wanted to say this is another part of Arabin's character. He lies, manipulates, and obscures the truth. So he tells Celaena that this person is a slave trader and he's trying to set up more trade. And he does this not because he wants him dead, not because he cares about this guy at all. He's doing this so that way she learns just enough to know that he is setting her up to kill someone who is not a slave trader.
Who's helping?
He's
Actually.
helping people. This is the other part of his punishment. He
Her
punished her
her
3 times. Yeah, sorry, her punishment. He punished her 3 times. One by beating the crap out of her.
No. One by setting her up to go to Skull's Bay.
Oh well,
He
he
knew.
didn't punish. That's not him punishing her for freeing the slaves.
Well,
He set her up.
he sets her up
set her up in
all
this
the
thing
time.
to go to Skulls Bay, but he punishes her first by beating her for freeing the slaves in Skulls Bay. He punishes her again by sending her to the desert, and then punishes her a third time.
No, there's more. He also punishes her when she buys her freedom. Arobin uses everything she gave him
Well,
to
I mean,
purchase Lysandra. That was a punishment too.
Well, yeah, but this isn't about the slaves. I was talking about specifically the slaves.
I don't.
Because him
So
punishing her is on that is a different part.
But isn't it though? Because
Yeah.
it is a punishment.
Yeah, him
for her.
okay, so him punishing her by buying Lysander's virginity is because she got free. It's
But
not
is
because
she really free though?
it's not
She's
because
really free.
well, yeah, it's not because she freed the slaves.
Okay, you're talking about so specifically her. Okay, continue. My bad. But
and then
he
her
does
third
punish her.
punishment for her freeing the slaves is to have her in safe houses in throughout this country continent.
I believe it's Rifthold. Rifthold. The safe houses are. It's Otterland.
Aurelia?
Aurelia.
Yeah. The continent of Aurelia.
But I believe these safe houses were in Rifthold.
Yes.
Because Rifthold is talking about
it was throughout all of Aurelia.
Jesus. It's because we're on camera.
I know. Anyway.
Is it because I have the candles?
No, just
the incense. Okay.
Anyways, that was really all that we could have talked about for the fourth novella, and then the final novella. Let's talk about Rourke Farron. He is possibly the most hateable person on this list because
he tortures
people for fun. Not because he's trying to get information out of them, because he wants to see these people be broken down to their most base thing, just so that way he can get a little bit of enjoyment out of them.
Oh, he gets pleasure out of him. He loves it.
Yeah.
Because his sardonic smile.
So
when he
the way he did Sam was fucking
horrid. His fingers were broken.
Yeah, broke his fingers, gouged out his eyes.
Yeah, took his eyeballs out. And this was all probably while he was alive. None of these were post-mortem. No.
Any other character you want to talk about after Farron? Because I really don't have much to say about him.
The King of Otterland has a very small snippet, but Celaena's deathly afraid of him, and it's because he kills anyone with magic. He is the instigator. He does not want magic in his kingdom. Like, even I believe he kills healers too. Yeah. Like anyone that could be any association with magic, any family line, anything, any bloodline, anything, he like offs you.
And that's why they have a war with that fucking with
Ilway.
Ilway, there we go.
I only know because I've listened to the audiobooks. So I've not only physically read these books, I've also listened to the audio.
Yeah. I did both on this read.
He had we had to.
That's all I got to say. I mean, I don't have anything to say about the King of Outerland because he had such a minor role.
I'm just bringing
but
it up.
Obviously his role is going to come in later on.
It does, but he is talked about throughout the book about how he kills magic users, and magic is outlawed in Otterland in Aurelia. I believe he's Aurelia. He's the King of Otterland. Yeah. So, and Celaena is terrified of him. Yeah. She's not afraid of anything. In the beginning, like Rolf says, she's not afraid. But she's afraid of the King of Otterland. Okay, go lay down. So, I don't know if it's because Rolf basically told her it's okay to be afraid. That might be it. Or if she literally is consistently afraid of the King of Otterland since
I think that's the entire book. Because there's more to her story than that. I'm going to pause right here. I know I unpaused it, but we won't start until I go one, two, three. Sissy, go lay down.
Here. You want the chair? This is. Come here. Come on over here. Hey, up here. Let me go. Lay down. I knew you sleep in that when we're not here.
Go lay down.
Lay down. Or not. That's fine too. Whatever.
Go lay down.
You can be in here. Just lay down, baby.
Go lay down. All right. Ready?
That's water if you want water.
Okay.
Like legit water.
I know, but I need on the water. That way I don't have to get up and go pee again.
Well, I don't think this is going to be another fucking hour long.
Well, we'll find out.
All right.
Ready in 3, 2, 1. So let's talk about the writing style or prose. So I feel like first person kind of serves the story well. Um, third person could be good, but I think it's better to experience the story mostly from Celaena's point of view
Well,
until the end, where you get the answers to who set up Sam.
Well, when it instead of I view it when I'm reading, I view it as a camera, so the camera pans to
Yeah,
Arabin and
that's exactly
Farron.
how it is.
Well, that's how I like literally because it is Celena's point of view, except for
Irene and then
Irene, and then that last part of who sets them up, and it.
So like okay, so it is first person throughout the entirety of the book until the end, where you see Arabin and Farron.
Farron.
You don't get into their thoughts at all.
Nope, you just.
It's like third person, and they have a conversation. It's like the camera literally panned to them, but it wasn't into their point of view, and then it goes back into Celaena.
Yep.
So I thought that was a very good use of
first and third person.
Yeah, of the writing style. So like using both in a story. I mean, I don't know if that would truly be third person, but either way, it was well done.
So when it goes to Arobin and Farron, it kind of is third person because Celaena is not viewing this. She has no knowledge of this. So it would be a third person type of thing. So like that's super cool because usually first person to third person. I don't know how it could be done correctly except for in this book. Like this book, it was like the perfect use of it, like you said.
I feel like Maas's prose felt pretty fluid. It was easy to picture without being overtly descriptive. There are some books where they'll take 5 pages to describe something, and that's an exaggeration.
No,
I know that's part of the one of the memes about Tolkien's writing is that he spends a lot of pages describing green.
I mean, he.
But I mean, we're probably going to have to go through that book eventually.
I
won't choose it just to save you.
He's gonna make me read Lord of the Rings this one time, and I try to get through Lord of the Rings the books, but again, page 3 it's all green.
Anyways,
green.
Let's get back to Assassin's Blade.
Yes.
Do you have anything to add to the writing style and or the prose?
The prose of the book.
Yeah.
Of her writing style. I love the way she writes her characters. Again, I'm gonna bring up Ansel. You want to hate her, or at least I feel like I should hate her, but I don't because of how Sarah wrote Ansel. Like the way she wrote Ansel was just chef's kiss.
The thing I wanted to say about how she wrote Ansel's character specifically was that I never once wanted to hate her.
No, I
enjoyed
her.
I felt a lot of sympathy to her because she's from a fallen kingdom, and her motivation, it was very clear her motivation was to like restore her kingdom, restore her country.
Homeland, her her lands.
And so she figured that this was the only path she could take was by killing the master and ending the silent assassins. She felt like that was the only way she could get what she wanted or what she felt she needed. And that was, that like showcases Celaena's character more by saying there are other ways to get what you want, more or less, is what she portrayed to Ansel.
And I think Sarah doing writing Celaena's character, especially just in this book, I'm just talking this book,
Mm-hmm.
Celaena could have easily killed Ansel.
Yeah.
She waited 21 minutes. She missed.
She could have killed her in front of the master.
She could have thrown that arrow. She could have shot that arrow into her neck, into her head. She could have. She missed on purpose. She's not Otterland's assassin for nothing.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't miss unless she chooses to miss, and she missed Ansel. And Ansel knows that. Ansel knows that, oh shit, she spared me. And, like, the oh shit, she spared me. That means I owe you, like, a life debt type of thing.
Yeah.
It's not spoken of, but it's like.
She's like, oh, we're still friends.
We're still
too.
friends. Yeah.
I'm sure. I don't know. I haven't gone to there.
You won't. It's.
Anything more to add, though, for that?
Of the writing style? Other than, like, her writing the characters really well, because Arabin can't stand, like, Rourke Farron.
She makes you love and hate characters very, very deftly.
Yeah, again.
I wouldn't say her
Arabin.
prose is masterful, but it's not bad.
Masterful.
Yeah, there you go. It's good. It's pretty good.
He didn't.
No, I got it. So then let's go.
We're called what? We gotta survive the master versus what the.
I prefer the term masturbators, but I'm gonna move on because that's an inappropriate comment that I'm probably gonna edit out.
No, you're not.
Themes and messages. So I could boil this entire book down to one singular message. Personally,
Don't be a dick. No.
if you have the power to help people, do it. Don't hesitate, because like, I'll talk about the books individually at this point. The pirate, she decided to help the unfortunate regardless of the consequences. Consequences be damned, she says.
She and she already knew what was going to happen.
She knew something was going to happen.
She knew Arabin was not going to be happy, but her conscience, her moral compass outweighed what was going to happen to her specifically.
Yeah.
She was, again, like you said, consequences be damned.
She saved
the right thing to do.
She saved 200 lives from slavery. And she figured her life would be an adequate cost for that. One life for 200. And so she made that choice without
blinking an eye.
Yeah.
She just did it. The minute she found out what Arobin and Rolf were going to talk about it, she's like, I need a plan to save them, because this is not what we do. This is not like we kill people that are...
We kill deserving people, not...
Yeah, we kill people that actually there's a need. And this is the first time Celaena does go against Arobin.
Mm-hmm.
And she's okay with it. Again, consequences be damned. She does it. And she actually gets Sam to do it too, and I'm surprised that he was willing to. But then again, I'm not surprised because he is in love with her.
He loved her from the moment he met her, basically.
Well, I mean, what's not to love? She's an assassin. She's blonde. She's blue-eyed. She's a badass. She's salty. She's sarcastic.
Yeah.
I get it.
The assassin and the healer. The message I got from that is help people even if no one is watching.
Even no one saw her benefit you.
No one saw her help.
Nope.
This person. She did it. Not only did she do it, but she also didn't let her name be known. Her face was seen, but her name wasn't. She never told her name to Irene.
Yes, she did. And then...
No, she didn't.
Okay.
Not in this book.
She eventually finds out her name.
Okay, but in this book, she didn't.
Yeah. No, I was like, wait.
She might piece it together later on, but... So, the assassin in the desert was harder for me to find a message on.
The message for me with that one is... sometimes words sometimes you don't need words to convey your message.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes it is, for at least for me, instead of choosing to kill somebody that betrayed you, spare them.
Choose mercy instead of.
Choose mercy instead of the killing, because again, Celaena could have killed Ansel. She missed on purpose, and she was also thanked by the master for not killing Ansel too. So
Yeah.
that just solidifies Celaena's decision not to kill her.
Yeah.
Because she probably regrets
message.
that too. She probably does, until the master's like, "Thank you for not killing her."
Yeah.
That's like, that just solidified her decision not to kill her.
The message I eventually settled on was people carry burdens you may never see or know about. And so instead of
Too.
in, and this is what I added like right here at the chair, instead of just immediately assuming you know people, just assume that they're probably going through shit you don't, or going through things you don't know.
Yeah. Again, not to judge a book by its cover,
Yeah.
kind of deal.
The underworld. Assassin in the underworld. Sometimes the people that you think have your best interest in mind don't. And this was very much so with Arabin. She immediately assumed that Arabin had her best interest in mind. This was her last job for him. And
She's never questioned him before. She had to, which, oh, pardon me. I think she should have questioned him because of the whole Skull's Bay incident. That was the first time she actually questioned it. And then all of a sudden she's gonna take up a job and trust Arabin even after he told her to, bring him the 200 slaves or whatever.
Yeah.
So I'm surprised she didn't question him. It's that trust in your kind of master, like pupil, like master and pupil relationship, or it is her twisted relationship with him, because she does have a twisted relationship.
And that's why I was going to say I won't fault her for not questioning him, because
yeah,
um,
he's never betrayed her before except for in
basically
Skull's
her
Bay.
life has been this past 7 years has been the extent of her life. Yes, I know things happened in the first 11 years, but the
we're talking
more
about the
formative
first
years is this past 7 years, in which he has been mostly good to her. But this also really does really showcase how manipulation can change people.
It's like the Stockholm
The
syndrome,
Stockholm syndrome, or
type thing.
what they
There's
call it,
another one.
beaten wife. Or, I don't remember what that one's called.
Oh, the beaten wife syndrome.
Yeah, there's another term for it. I forget the term.
Yeah, but it's that type of manipulation.
I'll probably
And the love bombing. I'm gonna emotionally abuse you, physically abuse you, and then, oh, I'm so sorry. Let me buy you trinkets, jewels. He buys her a damn suit, a badass suit, might I add. Badass suit.
That she does. That she
and
loses.
boots. Well, she doesn't get it because she goes into Indovir. I believe it is in her. Um, she doesn't wear it when Sam is dead. Does she?
I don't.
Because I believe
No.
he locks her in.
He locks her in the room without
old
anything, and he leaves. Well, okay.
Yeah.
That's. We can talk about that a bit.
Yeah. So, but like the love bombing, the suit, the jewels, I'm gonna take you to the symphony. I'm gonna take you to parties, even though there's underlying. You're gonna have to work in these parties, but still, I'm gonna take you to these parties. I'm gonna buy you dresses. Like, one of the first things he buys her is those combs, those jeweled combs. Like, so she has a very. I'm not blaming her. She just has a very warped relationship with him.
Yeah.
And feelings towards him.
Because it's manipulation.
And I do believe she says in one thing that she doesn't like. He could have been a lover, but he's not. He's more of a like father, brother.
Mind you, She is 16. She is underage, and he
Yeah,
is an adult.
yeah.
And she
He
meets him when she is 11, and he is still an adult.
he's in his
So
30s.
he
So yeah.
twists her pretty thoroughly. Any other message that you got from the underworld?
If you love somebody, do not wait to tell them you love them because it
Oh,
could be too
that's
late. Because she.
definitely the message for the next one.
Oh, is it? I
Yeah.
keep forgetting with the underworld
The
and
underworld is up until Dawneville.
Oh, so well, still she figures out she loves him.
Yeah.
So again, this is probably a good transition
To
into like
the
this
Empire.
one and to the next little novella. Is
Yeah.
if you love somebody, if you know you love somebody, tell them
Don't
because it
hesitate.
could be too late because Celaena finds out she loves him at the end of this one, or maybe even before. But like they're starting to develop something because in the party there's a blue-eyed stranger in a mask that wants to dance with Celaena, and Sam's like, "No, she's mine, and she's drunk." Like, no.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's kind of where
Drunk at
like they have
17 is kind of crazy. Anyways,
it's the mead back in the day. I
so
guess the mead was really good or whatever.
the message I really got from the Empire was trust your gut.
Yeah,
And the reason I say that is because her gut instinct was she wanted to go with Sam.
they were planning it in the next one though.
And if she had went with Sam, things might have been differently.
Oh, dang it, we forgot to talk about something with Ansel.
Oh, well, that's the end of the messages. We could probably get back to that. Just you want to pin it, or do you want to talk about it now?
I'll just talk about it right now because I just remembered because of the how Celaena buys Sam's freedom with the Asterian horse, and the Asterian horse reminded me of. So with Ansel, sorry, this is my brain at work here, guys. I just showed you a little glimpse of that. So Ansel, another thing is why I can't hate her is because before they attacked the silent assassins, she drugged Celaena to make her go home
Mm-hmm.
with the fabricated letter of approval from the master. And so I think that's one of the reasons why Celaena saved Ansel and not killed her is because of that.
And she does
She
have a
does
line in there
care.
too. She's like, "I was trying to save you from this."
Mm-hmm.
She didn't. So she clearly likes her, and even though
Yeah.
she's a little twisted, Ansel,
Mm-hmm.
twisted for good reasons. I just want to point that part out.
I mean,
Even
she
though she's
does.
twisted, she does care about Celaena. She was her friend. That was probably the only part of her character that was honest. Was that she was friends with Celaena.
Mm-hmm. There's also a moment, real quick, where Celaena talks about how Ansel slit uh Mikhail's throat, and um it shows in Ansel's eyes the regret because Mikhail and Ansel were a thing during the
Yeah.
5 years Ansel was there, 4 or 5 years, however long Ansel was there. Mikhail and her were in a relationship,
Yeah.
and there's regret in Ansel that she had to slit Mikhail's throat. But she was already too deep in the conversation with Celaena that she's like, "Yeah, I slit his throat," even though you can tell she regretted it, or at least Celaena could tell that she regretted it.
Yeah.
I was gonna talk about this when we were talking about Ansel, but anyways, well, that's what I wanted to say.
Okay.
Sorry,
No,
Asterian
you're fine.
Horse, Ansel, like
Yeah.
all the things that I didn't say. So,
So pacing, I think it was handled pretty well. We don't get massive info dumps about every single piece of lore in this story.
which is good because
She spoon
she's
feeds it
grasping
in a way that makes you want to read more, which is good.
because especially like at the end in Dovier,
Yeah.
what we kind of know what happens in Dovier, but we don't
Yeah.
because we are not into Endovier, and that's
And
why
and
like
the
you want to go to the next one because you're like, oh shit, she's in Endovier. What happens in Endovier? You're like,
and like to even add into that is that in Dovier, a sentence there is just as bad as an execution to the majority of people in this world,
it's worse.
or worse. So that
Because
really
it's a
goes,
slave camp. It's a salt mine, the slave
yeah,
camp. So they're mining salt.
yeah. So it's just like it really does double down, or not double down, but it really does play off the whole. There are some fates worse than death,
Yeah. And Endovier, and there's another one. There's Endovier and
and this actually does tie into the next section, world building. So there are, I think, three or four really major points of world building. One was the spider silk,
yeah, the spider
because they
silk and the
tell you about
Stygian
the Stygian
spiders.
spiders.
That's important.
The horses, they're
The Asterian
the
horses.
Styrian horses.
Those are some badass horses. I picture them as like D&D war horses versus and Clydesdales mixed together.
I saw them as like Shadowfax from Lord of the Rings, the king of horses.
Okay, I could see that too. But
Maybe
they're
not pure
bad.
white, but
They're black horses. The
yeah. Well, yeah. No, I was
Caseta and what was
Casita.
Casita and the
I don't know. I don't
I
remember
forgot
what
the
it was.
ansels, but
But I want to say like
badass, bro, badass
minus the whole
horses.
white part, that's how I kind of like
Hmm.
envisioned them as like this really fast horse.
Very,
So
very
that
like.
was two. Three was the salt mines. I think that was a very important part of world building. Is this really dark slave camp? Well, not, I don't know if it's dark per se, but like it's a fate worse than death.
Yeah, no, it is
And then four.
because you hear the whipping. So it's a salt mine. They're mining for salt, and there you hear the whip, so you know they're whipping them.
Hmm.
And it is a slave camp, so you know they're not treating them right. So you know they have open wounds in a fucking salt mine. That is literally pouring the salt in the wounds, physically as well as mentally. It fucking breaks you. It would have been better if she had died, but the king,
But what?
since her death would have been better
So
because
death would have
since
been quicker, and it would have saved. I just want to say this because there are seven more books. I know that this isn't the end of Celaena Sardathian, um, and then all the stuff she's told me too. So that kind of does spoil a bit of, not all of it, but
he only
this
remembers
isn't the
one.
end of it. This
He
isn't
knows
the
her
end of her
name.
story. So if he did execute her, he probably would have,
The
not
story would
met
have
a
ended.
negative fate, and it would have ended at this book. So, or maybe not. It might have gone, a
So
Game of Thrones route where they just
it,
circle around other characters.
yeah, I was like, it could have easily switched points of view. It could have gone
Could
with.
you imagine if the main story was through Ansel's point of view?
I want an Ansel book. I really do. I really want to know Ansel's more of Ansel's backstory, and then her time with the Silent Assassins, and I want to know what happens after she rides off,
Hmm.
knowing Celaena saved her ass.
Yeah.
So I want more of Ansel. If Sarah could do. Okay, there's multiple characters I want more backstories of, but in this
If Sarah
specific
could drop
stories, yes.
Court in in Crescent City for one more book in the Throne of Glass series,
Yeah, I would love to have like
love Ansel.
Ansel's points of view. There's a lot of other
Or
characters.
another,
I will
ooh,
go
another
go on.
collection of like novellas
Yeah, like novellas about Ansel, and then
about some of the other characters. Yeah,
especially after the series ends, I want
yeah.
to know a little bit more of
But
just a little bit. But again,
speaking of endings, let's go to the next section.
okay,
Endings and resolution. So I want to make sure I say this. My wife has been telling me to pay attention because most, if not all, characters that are still alive at the end of this book show up again.
sorry, spoiler alert. I keep
Was the
seeing there's
ending satisfying? No, it was not a satisfying ending. But it's because I knew that there's more later on. I was upset, but I did predict most of the stuff that Arabin was going to do to Celaena. I predicted
we are
pretty
also
quickly.
we're also in the psych fields, and you like
Yeah.
characters you read, and you do play
The
games, so
less I
you
like
know.
the less I like a person in a story, the more I like their character, if that makes sense.
You pay attention more.
So like from I could tell almost right away from the first book that Arabin was going to do something pretty vile to Celaena because he's willing to do slave trading. He's willing to venture off
Because
into
he wants the
slaves.
money.
He wants the money.
the money. He wants the power. He is called the king of assassins for a reason. Everyone fears him.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's no other assassins guild in Otterland because he is the king of assassins in Otterland. I believe Otterland. But like nobody challenges him because they know they're gonna die.
Yeah.
They're literally gonna die. Like because again, no one knows who Celaena Sardathian is. They know of her name. They don't know what she looks like.
They know her reputation.
They know her reputation. They know her her kill sheet. She doesn't even know how many people she's dispatched
until they name it all up to like when she's up. But like I could tell right away that he was going to betray her. I could tell whenever he talked about Donovan that Donovan wasn't exactly what he seems. Yeah. Let's see. What else could I say? Um, I could tell immediately in The Assassin in the Empire when Sam was talking about not getting contracts.
Yeah, that
all of a sudden this one contract shows up.
Yep.
That was 100% Arabin setting
and it
up.
was right after Arabin visits Celaena.
Yeah.
He ends up in her apartment, and it was too much of a coincidence because he shows up in Celaena's apartment, talks to her about you can't have.
They got the contract before he shows up in her apartment.
No.
Yes.
Do they?
Yes. Because he talks to her. He's like, "Really? This is the contract you're going for? You're going to kill Farron? Really?"
Yeah.
And that made her more willing to do it because at that point she was going against him. That was another one of his manipulative tactics.
He's like, "Oh, you can't kill him."
He was weaponizing her defiance of him. So there's that.
When she it was so set up because once Sam had died, she goes he locks her in her room. He already knows she's gonna go after them. That's the whole point. And then all of a sudden she goes into because somebody was talking outside her door about the window, whatever their plans to um get into the house and whatever. So she already knew, but that was also a setup because when she enters in the window, there's already a meeting going on. Mm-hmm. There's like 7 people in there.
They were waiting.
They were waiting for her, and she's like, "Oh shit."
And I want to say that if Arabin is so willing to lie to her about one of her core values, obviously he doesn't care about her, but he obviously has no problem setting her up to get her and the man she loves killed because he views her as his property.
I do believe he doesn't want her dead, which is why she's in Endovir, because he could easily have her killed. Mm-hmm. Easily. One of his bodyguards, Wesley, he's good. Why else would he be Arobin's bodyguard?
I feel like Wesley was more on Celaena's side than he was on Arobin's side.
It's because he was.
He had to put because he did say, "Can't you see what's happening to her?" Or can't you see what's happening? Can't you see?
Well, he tried. Yeah, I was like, he tried to stop her, and she's like,
and that's the only time you ever hear him talk in this story.
He doesn't really talk. He's just Arobin's.
Yeah, he's the bodyguard.
Bodyguard.
So he hears everything that Arobin's doing, everything he's planning.
But he's not allowed to verbally say things because Arobin will kill him.
Yeah. I want to say, as far as what I can predict, I predict that at least everything in the story is going to be mentioned at least once more, twice more, or even have an entire plot in one of the stories.
I will say they go more into depth about Sam's death.
Yeah.
Because I'm just gonna you're gonna know a little bit more. You're gonna know Arobin's endgame, and you're gonna know what Farron does.
Yeah. So emotional impact.
Fuck.
I'm moderately emotionally invested in the series so far. Don't hate it, but I'm not totally in love with it. I'm sorry.
No, I'm not expecting you to love it. This is my Roman Empire. This is my I
just want you to know, I'm not saying it's bad. I'm only judging this book.
No, I know. And this book specifically, which is why I'm like, I gotta just do this book. I'm like, it's gonna be difficult for me. But again, I'm trying to go back to when I first read it and when I continue to read it, which I did read it again. Where was I going with this?
Emotional impact.
Emotional impact. So I'm already I'm already invested because of the emotional damage this book already has, and it's not even the worst one.
Mm-mm.
But just the fact that Sam died, sweet, innocent. Well, I guess not really innocent because he's an assassin, but this.
He was
he
really
17 too. Like
he was dealt a
young.
really shitty hand in life.
Yeah, because his mom was a courtesan. Arobin was her.
And Arabin didn't use him that
thing.
much because he knew he couldn't manipulate him as easily as he could manipulate Celaena.
Well, yeah, because Celaena, he found Celaena, so that he was already kind of like father figure, caregiver type thing, and again,
He had her wrapped around his finger. She was dancing in his palm like a freaking marionette.
Yeah, no, she was, and it's again the twisted, the interesting relationship between the two. I would like to know more about okay, so this book happens. I want to know a little bit more on like her training, her upbringing with him, because you know she has scars. You know he's beaten her. You know he's trained her into the assassin.
I don't think she has scars.
She does. They talk about
because
she has at least the scar on her.
Yeah, she has two scars from Ansel, but they make a very big point at one part of the story that he beat her in a way that he knew wouldn't leave marks. Because he was using her image as another weapon against her.
Yeah. Which
And
is
he had
why
to
she's
keep
a little vain, which is which is
why he had to keep up her pristine image. Now, I do want to say, all of that being said about the emotional impact, me being just moderately evolved, the ending lines of my name is Celaena Sardathian and I will not be afraid, that hit pretty hard.
Because Sam does it.
Because she only does it because Sam does it. And her saying this is Sam living on throughout the story. And I know there will be so much more to it than that. But overall, I would say on a scale of 1 to 10, I'd probably rate this book, probably a 6 out of 10. Very solid entry into the series. It doesn't do anything crazy, but it also doesn't not deliver. It delivers more or less what you can expect from a prologue to the series. That's basically what this is it's the prologue.
Yeah, no, it is. And for me, when I first got into this series, I again knew nothing about it. I got into this book series before Book Talk and before the hype of Sarah J. Maas. So I read Throne of Glass first, and just again, this is not anything new. It starts off with her in Indovir. So I had read Throne of Glass, so I went through that, and then I realized there was the Assassin's Blade, and then it gave me more of a backstory of how she ended up in Indovir, because in Throne of Glass it just talks about a little bit of how she ended up there. Because I didn't know anything of her before she ended up in the salt mine, because her in the salt mine, we already know this isn't gonna be a spoiler. We already know she's gonna be depressed. It's about I should probably answer that. It's Enterprise.
Oh.
Okay. Pause real quick.
Okay.
Okay, sorry, had a phone call. So this isn't going to be a spoiler at all. We know she's in Indovir, and we know the mental impact of. Anyways, so you know she's gonna be beaten, mentally broken, all these things. I was going somewhere with this. I got rudely interrupted by a phone call. Rude.
So what would you rate it?
The book?
Just the book.
7, because
I think this might be a theme. I think she's going to rate these books higher than I will.
No, because I read this right before the hype. So again, I read Throne of Glass first, and then Assassin's Blade. So so whenever recommend this series, I always say start with Assassin's Blade first, even though chronologically in the way they were published, it is incorrect because Throne of Glass was first, then it's Assassin's Blade. You know, so the books have an order, but I always say start with this one
Mm-hmm.
because it shows it sets up Endovier. Because again, like I said, I read Throne of Glass and she's an Endovier, and you're like, how did she end up here? What did she do? She is she was Otterlin's assassin. Like the second you're like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
What? But even then, the way she wrote that one, it was enough for me to get hooked.
Yeah.
But this book specifically, I will give a 7, and I am not doing that because you give it a 6. I am giving it a 7 out of 10 because of the emotional impact, because of the the last line, I am Celaena Sardathian and I will not be afraid. That fucking still destroys me today. I've read the series like fucking 9 times. Every time that gets to me.
Oh yeah, and that's the quote.
And that's the quote at the end of this book. Yeah. By the way, he bought me the pretty books of Throne of Glass since this is my Roman Empire. And I will say this, if you know, you know. On the box, it's up there. It says, "Once upon a time, in a land long since burned to ash, there lived a young princess who loved her kingdom." That gets to me too. And we will talk about that more when we get to
Yeah,
that book.
because that seems like that might be a spoiler.
Yeah,
It might be a spoiler.
no,
We'll find out
it's
later
not.
on.
It's not a spoiler per se, but it's the context around it. That's all
Okay.
I'm gonna say. But again,
Let's get to the.
like I said, this is my Roman Empire, and it's because of lines like "I am Celaena Sardathian and I will not be afraid."
Mm-hmm.
Still impact me today. It still does, and that's not even the best line in this entire series.
So, I want to say after we do a review of each of the books individually, at the end we'll do a review of the series as a whole to make her feel happy about it because she needs to talk about the entirety of the series.
I do.
I'll probably just
I
put the
do.
camera just on her and walk out the room.
No, you will not, because I'll be like, okay, so there's an Easter egg in this one, this one, this one. You see how it all adds up to. Anyways, as you
But
can see,
the
this is my
next book
favorite
that
series.
we will review will not be
No,
Throne of Glass. It will be
nope.
Somadina, which is this right here.
So Throne of
It
Glass
will
will
be
be,
up on the screen too,
yeah.
so that way you can read it straight. It's by, I'm going to butcher this name, so please forgive me.
Well, we have the audio version. Do you want me to
I'm going to try my best to
Okay.
pronounce it first.
It's an African name, and
Kwake Emezi.
you probably butchered that, but we also have the audiobook.
I've
So
never read this.
we've never read it
I've never read anything by her, but I
by them.
or them. Sorry. Um, I'm sorry if I assume gender. There's what looks to be a female on the page, so if I say that, it's
Them.
mostly because I say that. I've never read anything by them. I've never read, this book before, so it's going to be
It's
completely fresh.
they're a Kenyan author.
Yes.
You they're an African author, and we have not read, or at least for me, we have not. I have not read any African books, so this is gonna be really interesting. Where we work with a lot of Africans, and I love learning about the culture. You know, I love learning their names too. There's a damn gnat.
Sorry, I'm
Even
looking
even
up
though
to
I
see what.
butcher, even though I do butcher names, but I want to make sure we get the names. So we do have the audiobook. I'm gonna listen to that name until we get it, and we will be able to pronounce it correctly because it is their name. We don't want to butcher. We don't want to be rude and butcher names.
Born and raised in Nigeria.
Oh, Nigeria. So and they're a Nigerian author.
Yeah.
So I'm interested into seeing what this book is about. I know nothing of it. He found it on, I don't even know where he found it.
Actually, I was scrolling through MSN, and they had a list of recommended books, and I saw that. I'm like, and that one stuck out to me more than the other one. So
So Medina
that has been our review.
of Assassin's Blade, and
Yeah.
Throne of Glass will be my December pick. Just know my picks will be Throne of Glass series
until we go through.
until we get to
She's probably
Kingdom
gonna
of
make me
Ash.
go through the Court of Series and then the
No,
Crescent Cities.
no, I will not. I do no. So
Anyways.
I will say Crescent City we will not be going into because that one I have not. I've only gone through it once. I'd have to do it again, and Crescent City pisses me off. That's what I'm gonna
Anyways,
say. Sorry, guys.
I just-
Anyone who likes Crescent City,
This has been a long outro.
no, I know. I'm just saying. d- d- I don't know if we're gonna go through
I don't-
Avatar or
we might
Crescent
not.
City.
I don't know.
No,
We don't know what the future holds for us, but
I'm gonna get him.
the
into
last
some
thing I want to
notebook.
say
Maybe.
is that we are wicked bindings and we will not be afraid.
Damn you.